Being the dynamic women that we are, our lives change and our wardrobe has to change with us. Today's video is about how to transition your wardrobe from one life stage to another, and we're starting with retirement because that's the one I've done most recently. If you want to know how to transition your wardrobe from your regular everyday working business life to your retirement life, this video is for you. Hi y'all, if you're new here, my name is Lori and I'm so glad to meet you. If you've been here before, then welcome back to my closet. Let's get to it. The first lesson I learned when I transitioned my wardrobe from my business working life to my retirement life was that I should have just paused. That's right, pause, take a step back, because let me tell you what I did wrong and why you're gonna wanna pause. What I did when I retired is I got rid of all my work clothes, all my high-end business casual clothes, after I had spent several years building the absolute perfect workwear capsule wardrobe for myself. That's right, I got rid of everything. All my blazers, all my slacks, all my pencil skirts, everything. I got rid of all of it because I was retired and I didn't want to live that life anymore. And I replaced all of those things with a lot of leggings and t-shirts and sweatshirts. Now there's nothing wrong with leggings and t-shirts and sweatshirts, and let's be honest, that's still what I wear more often than anything else in my real world today. But I spent a year wearing almost nothing but sweatshirts, t-shirts, and leggings, and that's not who I am. My personal style is classic with a twist, and it always has been when I was working and still that I'm retired. But I had gotten rid of all of those great high quality classic pieces just because I had worn them to work, which meant I didn't want to wear them anymore. And that's where I went wrong. I should have just paused until I figured out for myself if my retirement style was going to change that dramatically from my working lifestyle. And really, the only difference was I didn't go to work anymore. I still go to the occasional business meeting because I am a real estate investor. I still do have need for some business casual clothing. Not near as much as I used to, but I still need some. And I had created a situation for myself where I had to go out and start over with my business casual capsule needs when I already had a fantastic capsule to start with. So my first tip for you is when you're transitioning your wardrobe from your working life to your retired life is to just pause before you do anything else. Just stop, just give it some time. I would suggest a solid year because it took me about a year, maybe even two, to get really into the swing of things in my new lifestyle, my retired lifestyle. So that's it, tip one. Pause. Once you've given yourself some time, you've paused and you've really kind of let yourself settle into what your retirement life is going to look like, that is the time for step two. And step two is to declutter, because there's no need to hang on to all these clothing items that you're not going to ever wear again. But I feel like there's a really specific way you need to declutter, and let me tell you about it. First and foremost, I think you should get anything that's too small for you out of your closet. And this is one of the more controversial opinions I have, because a lot of people tell me they save their smaller size clothing for when their weight fluctuates. And I get it, because I'm in my 50s, I'm almost 53, and my weight fluctuates as well. And I do save just a couple pieces of clothing in a smaller size for when my weight fluctuates, because it doesn't fluctuate that often. All I have in my smaller size is one pair of jeans and a couple pairs of shorts. Everything else kind of moves with me as my weight fluctuates, and that's something I can really appreciate. When you get ready for your step two of transitioning your wardrobe to your retirement life, you want to declutter and you want to make sure you get anything that's too small for you out of your closet. You can feel confident in absolutely getting rid of those things. The next thing you should take out of your closet after you've paused and lived in your retirement real life for a while is anything you haven't worn since you've retired and that you never want to wear again. Because there's no point and no use of dedicating time, space, and energy to clothes you never want to see yourself in again. If you absolutely know you never want to see yourself in any item of clothing in your closet, then get rid of it. Donate it if you can, trash it if you can't, but get it out of your space. You do not deserve to spend your life surrounded by things that you don't want to ever see yourself in again, right? So let that go. And if you are anything like me, that's probably left you with quite a few maybes, right? Maybe you want to wear it again, maybe you don't. You're not quite sure. And with these maybe pieces, you're going to hang on to them, but you're not going to keep them in your closet. You're going to put them in your maybe box. And I talk a lot about my maybe box on this channel. In fact, the very next video coming out is all about the maybe box, what it is, how to use it, how it works, all that stuff. So if that's something that's interesting to you, maybe you're just a little bit curious, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you want to, because that maybe box will be coming up quite often in any of my closet videos. Now, in my opinion, a maybe is anything you're not sure you're going to wear and you're not sure you're not going to wear. Again, a maybe is anything that you don't have an immediate yes reaction to. If you've paused and sat with all the items in your closet and you've removed everything from your closet that's too small, anything that is an absolute yes is obviously going to stay in your closet. Anything that's not an absolute yes is a maybe. And all of these maybe items, which are your size, but they're not an immediate yes, go into your maybe box and go through your maybe box process. That's how you declutter those items. You're keeping all your maybes, but not in your closet. Now, the third step to transitioning your wardrobe from your working life to your retirement life is to live with your decluttered closet for a while. Now, I think you should live in your decluttered closet for at least 4 or 5 months. You're taking your time and you're living with your decluttered, more edited retirement wardrobe, you'll really have the opportunity to figure out what's missing, right? What's missing? Do you find yourself wishing you had that perfect pair of black pants in your closet? Do you find yourself looking for a blazer every now and then? And what about that essential white button-up shirt that everybody and their mother, including me, says you've got to have? Do you have those things in your closet, or are you finding some of those things missing? As you figure out for yourself what your personal missing items are, it's time to create a shopping list because you are almost ready to go shopping. But before you hit the stores, either in person or online, go to your maybe box. That's right, you're gonna go back to your maybe box and you're gonna take your shopping list with you and see if you already have a couple of these things. You might already have several of these things in your maybe box that you've already paid for, that fit you, that you already like. So pull them back out. You don't have to get rid of it just because it wasn't an automatic yes. Shop your maybe box before you shop the stores, either online or in person. Once you've used your list and filled as many gaps as you possibly can in your wardrobe from clothing pieces you already own that were in your maybe box, it's time to go shopping. But go shopping with a purpose. Don't feel like you have to go out and find the blazer and the shirt and the pants all in one day, all in one trip, because you don't. In fact, if you go slow, give yourself some time to really consider all the options available to you, because if you are like me, there's tons of options available to us. There's more clothing options available to us at this point in history than there probably has ever been known to mankind wearing clothes. So you don't have to be in a rush. Now, when you go shopping, make sure you're waiting it out to find that absolutely perfect piece, the one that fits you the way you want it to fit you, the one that's in a fabric that you love, that you feel comfortable in, that you know how to care for, and you're willing to do whatever you need to do to properly take care of that type of fabric. You know the piece, that piece that was made for you. You don't find those pieces in a hurry. You have your shopping list. It's not going anywhere. You don't have to find it all at one time. Go slow. You'll be glad you did. If you follow these tips, you are going to end up with your retirement capsule wardrobe that you absolutely love, that is just perfect for you. And that's all you need. You don't need the retirement wardrobe that's perfect for anybody else, because you're only living your best life and your wardrobe needs to reflect you, not anybody else. So it doesn't matter what anybody else has on their list of must-have items, because their list may not fill your needs. Fill your wardrobe with pieces that reflect your own true personal style, so that you feel confident and appropriate and fantastic in every outfit that you put together. Following these steps will help you build the wardrobe that you're meant to have. Because what I want for you is for you to feel authentic and confident and like the fabulous woman you are each and every time you look in the mirror. You deserve that, because you are all of those things. We are all of those things. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes today. If you'd like to hang out for a few minutes from time to time, please do consider subscribing down below. If you want to, though. If you're not ready, or if you don't want to ever subscribe, don't worry about it. You have an open invitation to come back and hang out anytime you like, because I will be here, possibly in my closet, making videos. And I'd love to see you in this one here if you do have a few more minutes, but if not, no worries. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.